Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I am Avir, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, and I welcome you all to Speaker Scott Toastmaster Club's meeting. And while we are here, let's keep in mind the following ground rules. Please put your phones on silent mode and yourself on mute when you're not speaking to avoid noise. Secondly, keep your video on as much as possible unless you have to get up for something, in which case you can turn it off to avoid distraction to the speakers. Number three, do not talk about religion, politics, and sex. Now that we know what to keep in mind while we are here, who can tell me why are we here on a Saturday morning? Come on, someone. Any generic answer will do.
I'm here to meet the members, especially to talk, practice my English speaking skill.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll do that. So essentially, we are all here to learn and grow. And therefore, the mission of a Toastmasters club like ours is to provide a mutually supportive and positive environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster their self-confidence and personal growth. So don't forget to keep our speakers and role takers motivated by applauding, giving thumbs ups, raising your glasses in case you have started early today. With that in mind, I would like to introduce you all to the president of our club, Toastmaster Jayanti. Business analyst by profession, she loves to read books and explore new things. She has now been a part of this club for more than a year and believes in spreading happiness, positivity, and joy amongst everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayanti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Avira. That was really quick and to the point, so that almost energized everybody. So from me, good morning again, and I welcome you all to this amazing brand new session. But before we start, I would like to see those who are not on camera. Can you all come on camera? Yeah. Ashok, Deepa, Kavita, Richa.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to log in from my laptop. It's not happening.
Okay. When I'm requesting people to come, Richie just... Okay. Good to see you, Deepa. So it's so nice to see all of you on this Saturday morning. We know the world is always changing, ever changing. But there are some skills, there are some things that remain evergreen. If we keep them handy, it is going to help us in many situations. And one of such skill is public speaking and communication skills. That is why I really appreciate those of you are here on this Saturday morning to exercise their public speaking and communication skills and take one more step in their personal growth journey. So I'll not delay any more. So let me take all of our excitement to one more level and announce this meeting open. Today, do we have any guests? No, we do not have. So if anybody joins, we'll ask them to introduce themselves. But till then, let's move ahead. And before we start the show, I would like to repeat our previous week's announcements because the timeline is still there and it's not too late if you have not registered yourself or have not thought to join them. So the first one is the International Speech Contest is coming. The Champion Series sessions are going on. So if you do not know what are these sessions, these are the sessions which are going to help you prepare for the contest. You will have a better idea how far you have come in Toastmaster journey. So it is a very good platform and an opportunity. So today is the third session. It is at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you have registered, you might have received the link. If not, then we'll share the link. So do consider to join. Why am I repeating it again? Because it's not too late. And if we move forward, the second thing is the mentor training program. It is tomorrow, 13 November, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It is again, if you are thinking that you can help somebody to learn better, also by learning helping yourself to learn better, this is a good opportunity. If you want to be a mentor, do consider to register yourself for the mentor training program. Then coming to the third one, it's a very important one that we are going to have a club officers election in December. So if you are an existing club officer, want to explore another role, another, what should I say, club officer's responsibility, then go ahead and nominate yourself for that. And if you're a new member and you don't know, but you want to be a part of one executive committee where you want to know what are the things happen for an organization to smoothly run, then this is again another extraordinary opportunity. So do not miss that. We'll be sharing the nomination form after this meeting. You can go ahead and nominate yourself, then we'll get back to you. And the last one is the 20th November. Some of the Toastmaster members are going on a trek to Kaiwara Hills. If I'm pronouncing correct, that's Kaiwara Hills. So there might be some charges, but the registration date is till 12th November, which is today. So if you're interested, do register and get onboarded. So those
What is
are
the
the,
cost, Jayanti?
yeah, sorry, I missed.
What is the cost?
That part I'm not sure. Maybe once you register, they will let you know.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the 4 major announcements from me. Now we are all set. All the forms and everything we'll share after the meeting. So without any delay, I'll start the meeting. Let me invite somebody special on the stage to take this meeting forward. He is our Toastmaster of the day for today. A very enthusiastic member of our club. He's a data scientist by profession. He loves to watch movies, cricket, and offline chit chat with people. Oh, I'm missing. I understood. Yes, sorry. It got swapped. So today, our Toastmaster of the day, she is our current VP Education of the club. She has been with Toastmaster for more than 3 years. She is also one of the area directors of the club and one of the very enthusiastic member again. So all of our members are very enthusiastic, and she is a unique one of them. She brings a magic, what I should say, a magic to every role she takes. So let me invite on the stage Toastmaster Richa to take this meeting forward. So over to you, Toastmaster Richa. Let's welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayanti, and hello, everyone. A very good morning to all of you. I hope that you have had good amount of breakfast. Otherwise, my background may be too appealing to you, even though you have had your breakfast. So I know that we have had a fair amount, not a fair amount, but a bit of discussion in our WhatsApp group on around the theme, and uh, I hope that we all are able to enjoy the theme today. Will not really, since we are not meeting physically, the chance of having it and enjoying it is not there. But anyways, so let us talk about pizza today. Now, why did I choose this topic? Do you think because it's one of my favorites?
Might be. Or nowadays, generally people eat pizza.
Yes, it's not really my favorite food, but pizza is one of those foods which you can never go wrong with on any occasion, right? Think about it. We're watching a live match, and we want to have something, right? Watching matches with your friends, or a movie with your friends. What is it that you probably would want to go ahead and order from outside, which everyone may agree on? Could be a pizza, right? Let's say India did not win the match, so a few of us went ahead and ordered something as therapy. What was that people went ahead and ordered? Pizza. You need something real quick. You are hungry. Your friends are coming over, or they are already there. It's not really time to have breakfast, lunch, dinner. What do you opt for? pizza is a good option anytime, right? A couple of slices for each of you, and you are good enough, okay, satiating your hunger at that moment. Well, you go out and probably not really finding a good restaurant around, but I'm sure you'll definitely find a Domino's or a Pizza Hut, something like that, in a corner, and you can go in and enjoy it in no time, right? So pizza is a food, I think, which probably can, at least in India, can be a savior for all of us in times of hunger, or in times we want to indulge, or just feeling like we want to have something. Not really hungry, just want to have something because of mood swings or anything. So yeah, that's one of the key reasons why I thought, why not see or talk about this in today's theme. There we go. We'll talk more about it. However, let us begin our meeting and introduce the role takers for our meeting. To begin with, let me call upon our general evaluator for the day, who again is someone who's quite regular to our meetings. He's enthusiastic, he takes up a lot of different roles and brings in a lot of different themes as well, right? However, even on request, I did not receive the information from him on what is the type of pizza that he prefers. So how about Toastmaster Ashok? You unmute yourself and tell what is your favorite pizza, crust, topping, brand, whatever about it.
Frankly, I don't like pizza. That's why I didn't send any type of pizza that I like it. But usually I prefer to go with chicken. Uh, I think pista. What it is called? They top up with the pista or some, not pista. What it is called? I don't remember. Okay. I didn't remember that name. But one of
you mean?
pasta, correct. Pasta top. So I prefer to eat that one if I go for pizza.
Okay, so let us all welcome our general evaluator for the meeting, Toastmaster Ashok. Over to you.
Thank you, Richa, for a wonderful introduction. Okay, usually we evaluate ourselves with the help of feedback since our childhood. So without feedback, there is no evaluation that is going to happen, from us. So, how many people got constructive feedback till now? I think a lot of people could have got constructive feedback during your childhood and your school days. But once you join the office, you might not get the constructive feedback. You may get the feedback that is biased. Right? This is the place where you will get constructive feedback to grow yourself, as it is not going to be any bossy place. So the general evaluator will help you, uh, to find out a growing opportunity at the end of the session. Okay, in order to do this, I have team that those are going to help me. So let me invite timer for the day to uh, introduce her role and responsibility. Over to you, Kavita. Not able to hear you, Kavita. Still not able to hear you. No, Kavita, we are not able to hear you. Maybe we'll come back. We'll come back to you. Meanwhile, I will invite other members. The next important role is accountant. He is product manager by profession. He loves to hear music and play sports. He is actively looking for cricket team to play with. he is Avril. Over to you, Avril, to introduce our role and responsibilities.
Thank you, TM Ashok, for the nice introduction and the ad as well that I wanted to do. I really am looking for a cricket team to play with. Okay. So how many of you guys know what a takiya kalam is? It's a Hindi word. Anyone understands that? No. Okay. So
That's
it means
something
your,
which we often tend to repeat.
yes. So it means your pet phrase. In English, it's called a pet phrase, a phrase that you often use even when it's not needed. So as an R counter today, I'll keep track of such unnecessary phrases, words, sounds that you might say or make while speaking. You might use a few words like actually, so, like, and, but, or you might use a phrase like I think, you know. At some instances, you might also make some sounds like They might sound good in a song, but in your speech, they will divert the audience's interest and make them disconnected from you. And sometimes when you're not doing the above, you might just take a long pause to think, which will again make you lose your audience. So please avoid using repetitive and non-contributing phrases or words and any unnecessary pauses between the speech. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thanks everyone, and over to you, TM Ashok.
Thank you, Avril, for your wonderful introduction of role. Next, very important role is grammarian. So let me invite her to introduce her role. Over to you, Jaya. Please introduce your role and responsibilities.
Thank you, Ashok. Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. Today, as a grammarian, I will pay close attention to the usage of your language, and I will prepare my report based on the good usages and the usages that might need little more improvements, and I will present my report when called upon. And it is also my responsibility to introduce the word and phrase of the day. Let me share my screen for that. Give me a second. Okay, it's asking for system preference. I may not be able to share it, but maybe I can just spell it out and then add the word in the chat. Today, the word for the day is irrefutable, which means certain or undeniable. In other words, something that cannot be avoided. Let me give you an example on how we can use it in a sentence. Presence of cheese and sauce in a pizza is irrefutable. That is number one example. Let me give you all one more example. That is, there is irrefutable evidence that he committed these crimes. So the word is irrefutable. Let me move on to the phrase of the day. Today, the phrase that we all might want to use is to shoot for the moon. That means to set a very high aim. And the usage could be, my parents always start me to shoot for the moon. So these are the two things that I would encourage all the speakers to use while they are talking. Back to you, Toastmaster Ashok.
Thank you, Jaya. I think Kavita is back. Kavita, please introduce your timer role and responsibilities.
Good morning, everyone. As a timer for today's meeting, I am going to time 3 sections. The first one is prepared speech section, wherein it will take 5 to 7 minutes. And then at 5th minute, I will be showing the green card. At 6th minute, I will be showing yellow card. And the 7th minute, I will be showing a red card. There will be 30 minutes of grace period. Post that, will not be showing any alert for the speaker. The speaker has to end within 7.5 minutes. And the next section, table topics section, wherein I will be showing green card at 1st minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. And there will be also 30 minutes buffer period. So the table topic speaker can speak up to 2.5 minutes. And then the last section, evaluation for speech evaluators, there will be 2 to 3 minutes of time period. At 2nd minute, I will be showing green card, and 2.5 minutes I will be showing yellow card, and 3 minutes I will be showing red card. Even the speech evaluator also will have 30 seconds of grace period. So I will be sharing my screen. So whenever I start for the specific section, the time will be running here, and even the speakers at the specific section, they can note down, and it will start showing the green, yellow, and red.
So will you always be sharing this screen?
No, whenever I reaches the limit, I will be sharing this. I just request all the speakers to pin my screen.
Okay.
Because,
So you will share the screen whenever milestones will come, right? Okay. Thank you so much.
I request host to spotlight whenever we have the prepared speech.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Or I think they can pin you, right? That is another way to
No,
do it.
I'm not able to set the timer at my background, so I have to share. Whenever we share, we no need to pin it. It has to be spotlighted by the host.
Okay, sure. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Kavita. I request host to spotlight whenever green, the screen happened by Kavita. So, the general evaluation session will be at the end of the session, so it won't be irrefutable. So I will be back at the end of the session. Over to you, Toastmaster Richard.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. And I hope you all know who the role takers are for today. And do keep an eye out, at least on the timer, when you are giving your speech or evaluation for that matter. With that, let us move on. We will discuss a little about the history of pizza. Can anyone tell me, where do you think pizza originated from? Or where do you think is the place where it started from? It should be common, right?
Italy?
Yes. We all would have seen Joey in Friends telling he's an Italian and then gorging on pizzas. So yes, Italy is the place where it actually is known to originate from. And do you think pizza is a modern dish? Absolutely no. I see Ritika shaking her head. No. The current pizza or probably dates back, if we had to think of it, around 994, which means more than 1,000 years ago is when people started to have pizza. Actually, there have been evidences of something very similar to pizza being found even in excavations of places in BC, but BC as in before Christ, right? However, let's think of it starting at 994 AD, 1,000 years back. So what actually is a pizza? Can anyone define it for us? Anyone want to attempt?
It's a baked chapati with some veggies on it.
Bang on. Yes. So not really chapati. What chapati also is, if you were to categorize in probably something which would go across the world, is flat bread. So flat bread with toppings on it. So two parts which really make it interesting is the fact that the crust or the bread is an important part of it, and you choose the topping. It makes each pizza different, right? That's again one part of it. The next part which I wanted to discuss, when do you think is that pizza became popular, and when was it? Maybe the time, or what led to pizza becoming popular across the globe? Anyone knows about it?
Maybe is it Second World War?
Sorry?
Second World War.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, initially pizza was something which Italian folks had, and people who went to Italy and settled, or Italians who settled abroad had. In World War II, when people came across this dish, they probably started having. But what really made a difference, or actually popularized it, is the addition of an ingredient in the toppings. You won't believe that it was this ingredient, but it was tomato. So adding tomatoes as toppings somehow was an innovation which popularized this dish across the world. Something which I never thought could be an innovation, but we take it for granted today. tomatoes all over our pizza, or probably we do it without tomatoes as well. But yes, it is still popular across the globe. Which one from Richa? Sorry. Okay. Anyone wants to answer that question from Ritika? Which one from the background is people crazing? I know Jayanti is.
I'll answer it myself.
Yes.
The one which is on top of your head, it is green. So green means healthy. And that thin crust is so crispy and well roasted. I don't know how anyone can call it junk food.
But
It is
Ritika,
actually a roasted naan with greens on top.
Okay. Yes. So you can prepare pizza at home. That brings me to the point. You can also prepare pizza at home. Take a chapati and add toppings on top of it, becomes your pizza. Technically, it does become a pizza, although it may not taste the same. Because when we think of pizza, just like Ritika, we are trying to make it healthy because we know there's a lot of extra calories in there and hardly any nutrition. Just to satisfy our mind that yes, we are having something healthy, we say, okay, we'll put some healthy toppings. Doesn't really make it healthy, but once in a while you can definitely indulge yourself, right? With that, let us quickly move on to the next section that we have, or the first section that we have in our Toastmaster meeting. I do not see a number of guests, but still, let me introduce the 3 sections that we have in the general Toastmaster meeting, which is the first one is the prepared speech section, in which you'll see that a speaker would have prepared in advance and they'll come and deliver the speech, and will also get an evaluation on it. The second segment that we have is the table topics section, where anyone present in the meeting can volunteer to give a speech. The topic will be given by a table topics master, so it will be on the spot. The third section is the general evaluation section, where our general evaluator will request all the role takers, all the evaluators and role takers to come and share their evaluation. So these are the 3 segments. We'll start with the first segment of prepared speech. Let us know what is it that today's prepared speaker, Toastmaster Richard, has to give a speech on. So let us hear the objectives. But before, to lay down the objectives, let me call upon the evaluator of Toastmaster Richard today. And to introduce this person, I probably don't really need an introduction because she has been our immediate past president. She is our immediate past president, and again, a very active member of the club, completed 3 parts. I don't think she needs an introduction, but to tell about her pizza craving, she's already mentioned the pizza that she wants out of the background. However, anything cheesy, especially cheese burst, is her favorite, and she dislikes onions and tomatoes. The one thing that made it popular, she dislikes it. Rest everything is accepted on her pizza. Not a go-to food for her, but definitely something which makes her feel good. So if you know that Ritika is angry with you or not really talking to you, made a mistake, something, you know, you can send her a pizza and probably she'll forgive you. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Ritika.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Richa. Good morning once again to all of you. Today, I'll be evaluating our speaker for today, Toastmaster Richard's speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes for the speech. All the very best, Toastmaster Richard, and back to you, Toastmaster Richard.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritika. Let me now quickly introduce our prepared speaker today. We just have one speaker, and Toastmaster Richard likes to wake up at 4 a.m. Well, it's not even morning in Bangalore by that time. I don't know how do you get up that early. And he has started building his stamina in order to complete 3 big treks next year, which is 2023. So what are the 3 big treks? Perhaps you'll tell us in one of your speeches. Richard believes that humans mature with damage, not by age. And in pizzas, he loves Domino's non-veg pizza, which is cheese burst and chicken fiesta pizza. So if you ever go if you ever go out with Richard, now you know which is the pizza he'll probably eat, so you can plan accordingly. With that, Toastmaster Richard, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Toastmaster Richard.
Those were the famous words said by none other than Muhammad Ali. I got inspired by his words so much so that I wanted to take a big risk. And after just 1 year and 2 months of my first job, I put down my papers because I wanted to shoot to the moon and go to Dubai and earn for 5 and 7 years and earn enough money to come back to my village and settle down. And I wanted to sell this dream to my mother. And I sold this dream to her, and it was irrefutable. What I didn't know for a fact that she broke her LIC policy and ended up giving me 2 lakhs to fulfill my dreams. Such a sweet mother. And I was so excited, this happy chimp going to Dubai, and I land in Dubai. First 2 weeks, I'm buzzing. First flight, first time going abroad. And 2 weeks has been amazing, a beautiful city, Dubai. And after 2 weeks, I've realized, oh my God, I took a risk. But what I didn't do is, I didn't know how is the job market in Dubai. How would I have, how would I even get an interview call in Dubai? Was it the right time for me to go to Dubai? It absolutely wasn't. 3 months I sat in Dubai without getting a single interview call. This happy sim is now back to Bangalore. I have come back to Bangalore in the month of December, enjoyed my Christmas and New Year, and now back to job hunting. 6 months goes by. I keep giving interviews, but nothing is working in my favor. Finally, I get a call on 4th of June 2016 from HSBC. And I go give all my 3 interviews on the same day, and I come back home. After 3 weeks, I get a call saying that I have been offered a job role. So excited. But what happened in those 6 months was what transformed my life entirely. A young son and his mother is going to work every day. He's sleeping, he's waking up watching TV, eating food, and going back to sleep. It's not a great visual for any kid. And it was not something that I wanted to, do it in coming years. So I wanted to get out of this rut big time. 14th of July 2016 is when I started my HSBC career as an analyst. So in HSBC, you have levels, level 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And after my first promotion, in 1 year and 2 months, I got my first promotion in the year 2017. I started taking responsibility of our house because I knew before I get my next promotion, I want to ensure my mom quits her job and enjoys her next phase of life. So after 2 years, in the year 2019, I was promoted as a manager as a level 6 now. And that is when I told my mom, you can quit your job. And I was able to convince her, and it was irrefutable. And then in the year 2021, I was promoted as an assistant vice president. And that is when I ended up buying my mom this beautiful necklace. And then the next 3 years, I have humongous plan. Marriage is in the pipeline, but that is not what I'm worried about. What I think is the next 3 years, I want to buy my mother a big house and gift it to her. This is the dream that I have for the next 3 years. Now, what we sometimes need to understand is that we will not always make the right decision. Sometimes we really screw things up. And failure is not opposite of success. Failure is part of success. And the sooner we understand that, the easier it gets. Now, many of my friends do ask me, what are the keys to your promotion success? Now, I have two key things that I want to give out. Number one, every time I apply for a promotion, I go get my CV done by a professional. I pay them anywhere between 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees because I feel that is the worthy of an investment, because if I get a hike, I would get more than that. So it's an amazing investment to have. Number two, 6 months before I start applying for any role, I prepare myself for any kind of questions that will be thrown at me. Now, an advice that was given to me was always worry about things that are in your control. So these two things are in my control. So I worry only about these two things. I do not worry about if the hiring person will hire me, not hire me, will they like me, dislike me. These are not in my control. I always encourage people to take risks. That's because when we take risks, if we succeed, we are in cloud nine, amazing feeling. But if we fail, we are shown a new path altogether. And for me, that new path was those 6 months, which I thought was the worst phase of my life. But trust me, that was the best phase of my life. That taught me so many things that I never thought I would achieve. If those 6 months did not happen in my life, I don't think I would be in the trajectory that I have taken now in the last 5 years. Many of my friends do tell the cup is half full or half empty, but they miss the point that the glass is always refillable. We make mistakes, but we have to learn from those mistakes and take small steps. It doesn't matter if you're taking a big jump, but take small steps.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. I think that speech was quite inspiring and motivating, knowing that yes, resume does make a difference. So making sure that you take time to put and take time and efforts to build that resume of yours is very important for if anyone here is a fresher or hasn't done that, please do it. The second is take risks. Don't go all out, but take calculated risks at least, right? Very important points, and thank you for bringing that across. With that, let us all move on to next segment. But before, we'll still talk a bit more about pizza. We talked about the history of pizza. We talked about what made pizza so popular. Let us now talk about the ingredients. The crusts come in come in a lot of variety, right? It's the thick sized or the crunchy ones. What is it that I know a lot of you told that you don't really like pizza that much, and I too fall under the same category. I always thought that I'm the only person who falls in that category, but now I know that no, I have people who go into that category. So tell me, what are the crust? Is it the thin crust? Is it the thicker one, or is it the cheesy one that you prefer? Feel free to unmute.
Maybe thin one could be better, since thicker one will create more problems than the thin.
More calories. Okay.
Yeah,
Jayanti, you being the foodie, you haven't unmuted and said something. You want to say?
Even I like thin crust. But if the pizza tastes better with the thick crust, then thick crust.
No intention of extra cheese?
No, not cheese.
Health conscious. How about Jaya? You want to go?
Thin.
No?
I prefer thin crust.
Okay. So thin crust being the popular one, well, yeah, it's I feel thin one is easier to chew. That's why I prefer to take that. Coming to the toppings, anyway, I know the common toppings, the jalapeno. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or anyone knows what's the correct pronunciation. Please tell me. Feel free to unmute. I'm open to suggestions. That is amongst the most popular toppings in India and across the world. We also have olives. We do have chili flakes, paneer, capsicum, onion, tomatoes, all of that. What about some of the odd toppings? Any one of you here like any toppings which doesn't usually come in pizza? I know of one of that very famous across YouTube, some content creators.
Pineapple, gulab jamun.
Yes, any one of you prefer that?
Oh.
I think Jayanti likes, that's why she brought up pineapple and
The-
gulab jamun.
Pineapple looks good actually.
Okay, does it taste good?
Jayanti, someone is feeding you something else in the name of pizza.
Okay, so we also have someone who likes pineapple pizza. Wow. I haven't tried it, but I probably would be okay trying it, considering going by the way Joey tells it in Friends. What is not to like about it? Pineapple, good. Pizza, good. Put it together, probably will taste good. Not really sure though. With that, let us move on to the next section called the table topics section, where our table topics master will again throw such topics at you where you'll have to go and speak on the spot. Let me introduce our table topics master for the session. Well, she has already been introduced considering she's the presiding officer of our meeting, but let me tell you the pizza that she likes. She likes the pasta pizza. I haven't had this pizza till date. So would you like to tell me what exactly is it? Is it like pizza with pasta on top as toppings?
Right, there will be those penne pasta. I had penne pasta, so it was soft, it was nice on
Magical.
cheese.
You look at Jayanti and now you realize how delicious that pizza was. Over to you, table topics master of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Richa, you took me through how good experience it was. Once I just tried to order, I just wanted to try that pasta pizza, but then I fell in love with that pizza. And every time I'm ordering, my first preference is going to pasta pizza. Thank you, Toastmaster Richa, for bringing that. And good morning to everyone again. Today, I'm your table topic master. But before we start the session, I would like to remind all of us why this section is important. So table topics helps us practice our impromptu speaking by helping us think on our feet. This again helps in developing 4 vital communication skills simultaneously, which are listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. So the topics that I have prepared for you today are aligned with the theme. So you do not have to shoot for the moon. It will be very easy and fun. It will definitely help you improve at your impromptu speaking. And one thing to mention, since we at Toastmasters try to provide maximum audience an opportunity to speak. So this will not be only restricted to members. If there is any guest, they can also participate. But for now, there is no guest. So all the members are welcome to participate. I hope everyone gives this a shot. These topics are fun. I may randomly call anyone, but I would prefer and I would really appreciate if some of you come forward, volunteer, and take the topics. Timer, please note the timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. And I would like to remind all of us the word of the day and phrase of the day so that they can use that in your, you can use in your speech. The word of the day was irrefutable, which was undeniable. And the phrase of the day was shoot for the moon. So with that, I am ready with my first topic. Who wants to go first?
I will go, Jayanti.
Yeah, sure. Okay. For you, since you do not like pizza, I would like to ask you, why do you think pizza is such a universally loved food?
Hmm. Thank you for lovely topic. Even though I don't like the pizza, I know why people are liking it. Means I have seen one of my family member likes more. Even if I take him every day, he will eat every day. Who is none other than my son. So usually what I see is they are more towards like toppings. They like more toppings, different variety of toppings, and whoever doesn't like to eat chicken or raw, I mean in visible form, so they would like to eat in the different form that is available in the pizza and burgers. You don't see that is chicken, but you will eat chicken. That is a one way to eat. And I think most of the people might like to combine multiple ingredients on top of it, so that you will get uh, what you say, minerals to your body. That is a one another way to look at. That's it. I think that those are few reasons that I know why people likes to eat. Thank you so much, Jayanti. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. Very true. Everyone has some unique reason why they love pizza, and combined, it makes it a universally popular, what I shouldn't say fast food, but popular food. So I'm ready for my next speaker. Who wants to go ahead? Come on, the topics are really easy today.
Easy for you, Jayanti.
You have a lot of content.
Yeah, I see Toastmaster Kavita. So Toastmaster Kavita, where do you belong from?
I belong from Tamil Nadu.
Okay, great. So let's say if I ask you, you could make a pizza in your local style, which flavor you would bring into pizza and why?
I would like to make pizza in my own way, wherein my kid should agree that it's tastable and it should be healthy also. So always he is addicted to kind of cakes, biscuits, something like that. So I would like to add a lot of vegetables without adding any extra chemicals. I would like to go with a healthy pizza with a lot of vegetables, paneer, whatever I could make, I can do that, but without adding any extra chemicals, flavors. In terms of flavors, we do a lot of chemicals, colorings, right? So I don't like to go with that. Always kids like the food, especially every kids, 99% of the kids likes pizza. Like Ashok said, my son also wanted to have pizza, even if I provide every day. But whenever I try to make it healthy, because kids also can grow healthier. Their health is so important. So that's my choice always. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavita. And if you do make a pizza which is healthy and tasty, please share the recipe. I know here our people are so health conscious. I'm sure they will adopt that recipe, no doubt. So let me call my third speaker. So I would like to pick this time, and I would like to go with those who have not spoken or have spoken very less. So that brings me to Toastmaster Deepa. Deepa, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So it's a similar topic to last one. So if you could invent a new pizza, what toppings would you put on it? And most importantly, what would you call it?
Good one. I think everybody has taken all the weird toppings, like somebody has gone to the extent of gulab jamun as well on top of it. So let me steal some ideas. Maybe I will try putting some rasgullas on top of that. along with the I don't think anybody has made a sweet pizza as such, right? Like with an overload of sweets. So some rasgullas and some kaju barfis on top of that, and maybe you want to have a chocolate sauce sprayed on that. I think it's a weird combination, but still we can try it out. People will definitely get fascinated with chocolate on top of it. Okay, and to make it healthy, to give the perspective of healthiness, maybe some dry fruits being sprinkled with pastas and badam and whatnot. You can just do that. Okay, what can I call that pizza? I would like to call that pizza as Jigardanda pizza. Okay. Right. So any takers for this?
Jigardanda is my favorite, and I'm missing it being in Bangalore. Once I'm back to my hometown, I'll definitely have it.
So I think the name probably may intrigue the person to try it at least once. So I'm hoping it will not be a failure recipe. Okay, there you go. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Just wanted to know, do you have a sweet tooth? Do you like sweets so much?
No. I don't like sweets much, but I like chocolate. So
okay, that explains why those toppings. In fact, when you started to say all those sweets, I could remember the memes where people put those people. What should we do with these people? So I hope no one puts your name. And since you already have a customer here, I hope if you ever make that pizza, somebody is already there in the line.
Yeah. Thank you.
Apologies for the interruption. Richard, your mic is very, very sensitive. Can you please go on mute?
Yeah. Okay. So do we have time for another topic, or should I wrap it up?
I think we can go with one more.
Yeah. Okay. So for that last one topic, I would like to pick Jaya.
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for you is, what activity best pair with a pizza night? And why do you think so?
What activity? Okay. So this really happened in my life some years back. We had a plan to watch a movie, and it's a horror movie. We have to plan when we actually decide to watch a horror movie, right? We have to ensure that our daughter is not around and she's all sleeping. And then it was all planned. She was already sleeping, and me and my husband ordered a Mexican green wave cheesy pizza with thin crust with extra topping of jalapenos and mushrooms. We are all set. And we were in the middle of the movie, and we suddenly heard a noise who was laughing. And we are very much sure that it's not from the movie. We turned back, and it was our daughter. We were so scared. We were watching a horror movie, and she woke up in the middle of the night. It was around 12:30. That is early morning the next day. And we don't know what to do, because the screen was not showing a pleasant picture that a kid can see. We just stopped it, and then we paused it for a while, and we asked her what happened to her. Is everything okay? And she just told she wanted a cup of hot water or water. We just gave her and ensured that she will sleep again, but she didn't. And it was like more than an hour. We couldn't complete the movie. We also started sleeping along with her. So whenever I remember having a pizza at night, I always remember this incident that happened with both of us. Back to you, Toastmaster Jayanti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. And I can imagine that situation. If we ever have pizza night with that kind of experience, it will be memorable for us also. And it is very surprising for me that you have remembered the pizza name with all those toppings.
That's the only one I always order.
Oh, that's why you
Always
know
that
it.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jaya, for sharing that experience. And thank you everyone for taking part. I have enjoyed it and hopefully you all have too. So that is from your table topic master today. Now I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ashok.
Richa.
Yeah.
Richa. Today
Thank you,
I'm
Toastmaster
shopping.
Jayanti. No, doesn't matter. I'll take it over. And thank you for conducting that table topic session. We came to know what are the new innovations which can happen in pizza. But I have a complaint. Why do we never think of sour and spicy are already available? Sweet we talked about. What about bitter pizza?
Again, some
Any takers
health.
for
Again,
that?
some health freak people will eat that.
I
I
think it
don't
is an
think.
innovative solution.
Okay, maybe we might see it in the future, who knows? But just to give you some statistics, do you know that India has more than 1500 Domino's store? That's how popular pizza has become in India. And I may not use the word popular now. It's become irrefutable part of Indian market now. You go around and you will find a pizza store no matter where you go in most of the cities, right? Why this popularity? Why do you think pizza gained that bigger market in India? Don't go with population. That's the word, or that's something everyone thinks Indian market has. But still, why? Anyone wants to take that chance?
It's cleaner to eat. Like you don't need any cutlery or anything. You can just eat it out right out of the box.
We are quite close to it. But still, anyone else wants to try that?
I think it's what we eat every day. Pizza is not part of our regular cuisine. So, like, we like variety in life, we like variety in our subjects. When we are used to having dal, chawal, roti, sabzi at home, when we go out, we want to try a different cuisine. And pizza is the most likable, probably compared to Lebanese and Chinese and European. So, then this is the closest we can get to a different cuisine, yet a very tasty cuisine. So I think that's why also
That's
it's
yes, that's
popular.
one of the ways to say. But there's very interesting thing which I read when I was thinking or reading about pizza. One of the reasons why pizza kicked off in Indian market is because its closeness to uh, Indian cuisine. We often have something as naan, roti, and we add it with sabzi and all, right? So pizza doesn't hit far away from it. That's one thing. And the second point which Aviral covered, you don't need a lot of cutlery. We Indians, by tradition, eat with hand. And if you offer something which people can eat with hand instead of cutlery, high chances it will gain popularity. That's one of the articles which I read, which definitely caught my attention. Probably it could be one of the reasons why pizza is popular. And add to that, cheesy, oily bits. We Indians love such food, right? So yes, that's one of the key reasons. And to say, Domino's still thinks there's a scope of another 1500 stores in India, probably around 3000 mark. That's how big the pizza market probably will become in the coming future. With that, I would now like to call upon our general evaluator for the meeting, Toastmaster Ashok, to conduct the last segment of general evaluation today. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Richa. Before starting our team feedback, let me invite evaluator of the speech for the day, Ritika, to give her valuable suggestions to speaker.
Sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. I'm back, and good morning once again. And a very special one to our inspirational speaker today, Toastmaster Richard. Whenever we hear a public speaker speaking or any keynote speaker talking about what he wants to give away to the audience, in the audience, I always wonder what is it that inspires him actually? He is here to inspire us, but what is his way to get inspired from? Who inspires him? We always like to know the backstory. And Richard, you did exactly that. You started the speech, instead of starting off with an inspirational quote for the audience, you actually shared the quote which was actually inspiring you in person. So straight away, we knew exactly where you're coming from, who is an inspirational model for you. Once you create that personal connect with the audience, I was ready to be inspired by you. So that was a very, very thoughtful and a very good way of starting your own speech. There were a lot of high points in your speech. One of the most important points was at least 45% of your speech was your own personal story. The way you started dreaming and all those things, then you even took a risk of going to Dubai, then came back and then applied for a job, then finally got a job, and then how you prepped yourself to keep climbing the ladder. Sometimes personal stories teach the audience, inspires the audience much more than just abbreviations and quotes and other people's stories, because then we can connect with you in person. That was very, very well done. And of course, I can't not mention this, that on the floor you use the word of the day and the phrase of the day. It's not easy to come up with these impromptu thoughts and put them in a sentence and be ready to actually deliver it. It's not easy. It comes with practice. And Richard, you showed that today. Very well done there as well. I like the timelines, the transitions as well, which you portrayed throughout your speech. That was good. And the message was very seamlessly transitioned into. You did not go overboard with your personal story. It was time for you to move to what you actually learned and what you want to tell the audience. So that was very well timed. There are a few improvement points, however, which I would like to share with you. Firstly, since it was an inspirational speech in particular, and for all your future speeches, sometimes we really don't know where to look at, because with the gallery view we tend to look down and look at the faces. But if you look at the camera like I'm doing right now, you will know that I'm speaking to you. That's the difference that makes in these Zoom meetings. This can be applied in our office meetings as well. Look at the little hole, though it's a very lonely place to look at the hole, but actually that is the time when you are making direct eye contact with the audience. So overall, I loved your speech, Richard. You can come up with a lot of more abbreviations, I must say. Reiterate your points. For example, invest, be in control, and risk it. This, if you could have reiterated in your conclusion, it would have been a best way to conclude. Otherwise, I urge you to shoot for the moon always. With that, back to you, Toastmaster Ashok.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ritika, for valuable suggestions to Richard. I felt the speech was very good, and I was only looking at the conclusion, what he's going to talk about. I think that's where she also suggested. Thanks so much. Let me invite tag team to give their feedback. Let me invite timer first. Kavita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. So let me share my screen. Our speaker, Toastmaster Richard, has taken 7 minutes 20 seconds. Table topic speaker, Toastmaster Ashok, has taken 1 minute 20 seconds. And the second table topic speaker, Toastmaster Kavita, has taken 1 minute 10 seconds. Third table topic speaker, Toastmaster Deepa, has taken 1 minute 40 seconds. And the final table topic speaker has taken 1 minute 29 seconds, which is Toastmaster Jayanti. And speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ritika, has taken 3 minutes 29 seconds. So all the speakers have talked within the time. Nobody have gone beyond the time limit. So with this, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ashok.
Thanks, Kavita. I
Just
think
one
most of
correction. The last table topic speaker was me, actually.
Yeah, her name is Jaya Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
okay.
Instead of Jay, I
Sorry
have
for
put
that.
Jay.
And
No problem.
however, I think our member did well with the time. We completed the switches on the time, and that is great. Kudos to you guys. Let me invite our counter now to give his report. Arel, over to you. Avirel, sorry.
Yes. Can the grammarian please go first? I think I have to enable screen
Okay,
sharing
sure.
permission.
No worries. No worries. Let me invite grammarian to talk about her sessions to the members. Over to you, Jaya.
Thank you, Ashok. I really loved listening to all your speeches, and I have made a note of all the good usage, incorrect usage, and whoever has used word of the phrase. Let me just start with the good usage. I would start with SAA. Averell has introduced as a new word, which is pet phrase. That was very new to me. And then he also added a little bit of humor that our sound might be good in a song, but not in a speech. I really liked that part. And the other good usages were constructive feedback, indulge, cloud9, and Richard used trajectory in his speech, thinking on our feet, fascinated, kicked off, backstory, climbing the ladder. So these are all the good usages. Moving on to the incorrect or the usages that might need a little bit of improvement. Someone has used childhoods, it's childhood. There's no plural form for that. And when we are talking about past tense, it has to be nothing was working. Someone said nothing is working. And the pronunciation of jalapeno is not jalapeno, it's jalapenos. And when we are talking about the present, it has to be trying to provide, not try to provide. And in one of the table topic speakers, someone mentioned for lovely topic, it has to be for the lovely topic because it's very specific to that particular topic. And then one of you used belong from. You can use either belong to or hail from, not belong from. That's not a good usage. Moving on to the word or phrase of the day usage, I'm really impressed that many of you have used it. The person who used it for the first time is Ashok, and Richard used it twice. He used irrefutable twice and word of the phrase once. Jayanti used it, Richa and Ritika. Many congratulations to all those who had used. That's my report. Back to you, Toastmaster Ashok.
Thanks so much, Jaya. It was wonderful report. I think you mentioned a lot of good usage and bad uses are no usage where how to improve as well. That's great. Um, Now let me invite our counter to give her his report. Over to you, Aviral.
Uh, Thanks, Ashok. Apologies for the intermission before. So yeah, so this is my detailed counter report. So Jayanti, you used a few R's and and a word that you particularly repeated was this. So you can like try improving on that. Richa, since you spoke a lot actually, so but you still managed to use only 7 hours. But you did use a lot of repetitive words. She, the, and let me, and you use pizza 131 times. That is a fake start, by the way. I'll remove it. Ashok, you used 4 times, and you used a couple of repetitions like so I mean multiple times. So you can improve upon that. I was the best because apparently uh, I didn't evaluate myself. Okay, Deepa, you came for a TTM speech. You used the word "ah" once, and and your repetition word was "I." Kavita, you used a lot of R's and ums, and then was the repetitive word that you used a lot. Coming to Ritika, you used only 2 hours, and Jaya, you only used 1 hours and 1 pauses. And Richard, like very well done. You used only one big pause in your speech. Apart from it, it was all brilliant. Okay, that was all my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashok. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Several, for detailed report. I think it will help the members. What are the crutch words so that they can try to improve it. Thank you so much. Now let me give me my feedback. Maybe starting with the SCA. So SCA started. Aviral started meeting with high energy, but only one session I see is, and you used innovative way to tell about uh, the mission of the Toastmaster also. I think you interacted with the people as well. That's a great. But only one suggestion. I think your tone was only in one phase throughout the speaking. Maybe it will help you to speak in different tones. Depends upon the context. I think that will make you better. That is a one suggestion from me. Next will be Pivo. I think she did good job. I don't think I have something to give feedback to her. as there was no guests to invite them, and she put the agenda points as well in the meeting, and she only, I think she didn't introduce the theme. That was that what I remember. Except that I think she did good well. She did well. Next, let's go to TMOD, which is a most part of this session she will be talking. I think she did good job, and she maintained the energy throughout the session, and she interacted with the members throughout the session, not only one part. But only there are few things I will suggest to you, Richa. One thing is, before inviting the general evaluator, maybe you could have uh, talk about the what are the parts we are going to do in the meeting, like, what is the agenda of the meeting. So you could have talked about it. And another thing is, I think you could have gone through agenda so that you could have maintained the time well. I think as per agenda, the meeting means in agenda they planned meeting differently, and we are in different stage. Like example, I think 11:35 or 11:36 TTM has to start, but it started around 11:45 around it. So it was, the time was not planned well. That's what I see. Uh, Otherwise, you maintain the complete energy and interactivity throughout the session. That's what I liked it. And about tag team, I think they did good job. Aviral and Timer and Jaya. I don't think there is something I can give suggestions. Maybe Aviral, maybe you can come up with the some suggestions how to overcome the repeated words, so that it can help the members. That's what I can suggest. In case of Gramirin, I think she suggested how to correct it as well. That's fine, I think. Timer, so she has given detailed report. I think that was a good. About evaluator, I think she was fantastic. She has given about what are the good things, what are the suggestions. Uh, that is great. So I think it is time to close now. Over to you, Richa, to continue the session.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok, and all the evaluators and that team for today. I think those reports were really helped us. Especially, I learned the correct pronunciation of jalapenos today. Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya, for correcting me. And that's one of the reasons why I used this word today. Yes. Well, friends, last fact about this dish today. I'll not use the word since I already used it so many times. Yes. Can anyone tell me which country or people of which country eat the most of these?
India.
Anyone? Sorry?
India.
America, USA,
United States.
India.
You all are wrong, by the way.
Italy.
Norway. Norway is the country where people annually per person ratio of pizza consumption, sorry for using that word again, but yeah, pizza consumption annually is 5.5 kg per person. So that's the highest in the world. With that, it is the weekends. It is a weekend again, just the start of it. Whether you shoot for the moon or not, you can choose to take it light. But definitely, if you feel like, go and shoot for your nearest pizzeria or your favorite pizzeria. With that, I would now like to hand it back to our presiding officer for closing the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Jayanti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richa. It was a wonderful meeting, I must say. I must say it was a wonderful meeting. And now I'm putting the voting link in the chat box, so everyone can go ahead and vote for their favorite role taker. So we can give it a minute. I will also go ahead and vote. And those who will be done voting, they can share what is their plan today. Are they going to have pizza or what are they going to do?
We have already eaten pizza 2 days back, and if it's a challenge actually all of us can resist having pizza today, then we should party ourselves, give a pat on our back by eating it tomorrow. Because that will be the test of time.
I cannot resist. I am going to eat after
See?
this meeting.
You should be an example for us. You're the president. Come on. You should
don't need
resist
to
it
be
today. Have
harsh
it
on
tomorrow.
yourself. Jayanti, you don't need to be harsh on yourself. You feel like eating, go ahead.
I will take side of Richa.
Yeah, and then she'll only remind you, oh, so many calories, so many number, blah, blah, blah. So think about it.
I will order healthy pizza.
Pizza is healthy. You order wheat pizza, it's like your wheat chapati. You put tomatoes and whatever things, capsicum, it's like your sabzi, and eat it. Don't feel guilty.
You can add extra toppings.
Look who is talking. I'm talking
Yeah.
as if I eat such a pizza. I don't eat this kind of pizza.
Yeah, actually, yesterday when I was preparing for, I didn't eat pizza for, I think, for many months. But when I was preparing for table topics yesterday, I wrote pizza so many times. I was, oh, tomorrow
Yeah,
I'm going to eat
that's
it, whatever happens.
Eat. Then Richa will enlighten you with numbers.
Maybe in another session we will have how to lose those calories which you
That
gained
session
while
should be
eating
taken
pizza.
by Toastmaster Richard. I was asking yesterday, so with your introduction, doesn't look like you are a pizza fan. He said, like, I eat pizza, but then I work out double. So probably, yeah.
Okay. We have got enough number of responses. So let me quickly announce the results. The best role taker goes to, as expected, it is Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Richa. So let's give her a big round of applause. Coming to best auxiliary role taker, very well deserved. It's grammarian Toastmaster Jaya. Thank you. And coming to best table topic speaker, it's a tie, and it goes to Toastmaster Jayalakshmi and Toastmaster Deepa.
2 new members.
Yes. And we had only one speaker and one evaluator. So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Richard and best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Ritika. And the next theme for next week, first, one of them is pasta. Then comes sports, Thanksgiving, happy holidays, rivers. People are in holiday mood already. Food, holiday, enjoy. So
FIFA
we'll
World
pick.
Cup. FIFA World Cup should be our next theme. Anyone?
More World Cups. No, not watching any more World Cups now.
That's the real burn, I'll say.
Okay, so we'll pick something from this list, or if anybody has any suggestion. But that is all for today, and I hope you all have a great weekend. If all of us can come on camera, we'll take a photo and then close the meeting. Deepa, you can come on camera now for a minute. Less than a minute.
Sorry, I cannot come on camera. I'm going through a physio right now, so I will
Okay.
drop off. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Just be there. We'll capture your name.
Okay.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Say cheese. Not cheese. Please. Yeah, done.
Thank you.
So here I close this meeting and all have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.